Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Ryan Yapsam, who will fight on TNX 726, July 26th. Hello, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. And if we can start from this, when did you find out about your upcoming fight?
I found out about this about, I would say not too long ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I found out about it. I heard that it was going to be confirmed. And so that's when I started preparing as far as like diet goes and things like that.
So it will be like 6 weeks, right, for the training camp.
Essentially, yeah, it was about 6 weeks.
And this fight will be in Costa Rica. And do you like this kind of thing that you go outside of the country on the maybe not enemy territory but just in the different place?
Yeah, this is a little new for me. I started my career usually just fighting pretty locally here in Ontario. My last fight earlier this year was in the United States, and that was my first time fighting away from out of Ontario. And now this fight, same thing as this is my first time going to like Latin America for a fight.
And do you know anything about your opponent?
I don't know too much. I tried to find footage on him, and there's not much footage on him, really. I was looking at his record. He's 2-1 right now as a pro, but as an amateur, it seems as though down there, for whatever reason, they all just have like a shit ton of amateur experience. So he's got a lot of amateur experience, and he did pretty well as an amateur. As a pro, he's only 2-1, but still, it's still a pretty solid record, even though it's relatively new. That's all I really know about him is that he has a lot of experience. He seems like he's more, I don't know, it's hard to say. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be good everywhere. I feel like my wrestling is gonna be a little bit better though. That's all I really know about him.
But actually, I think that you fought against really good fighters, like either undefeated prospects or like more of the veteran type of fighters. So I think that you in your pro fight you have this kind of experience that in the end you fought a lot against like a lot of styles, a lot of like kind of fighters, let's say.
Yeah, as an amateur, I feel like I should have spent more time as an amateur. I didn't necessarily rush into going to pro, but I wish I had more experience as an amateur for sure before going pro. And as a professional, yeah, I have stepped in there with some really high level guys, and I think that's gonna work to my advantage now.
And when I checked on Topology, you had one amateur bout in 2016, and then you went pro in 2022. So I'm not sure if it's like all of your fights, but why did you decide to take this kind of like break from your amateur fight to pro fight?
2016 was one of my last amateur fights against Tony Laramie at the time. And that was quite a long time ago. I took after that loss, I realized I was like, I'm doing mixed martial arts, but I really don't know the individual martial arts that I'm trying to mix. So I was like, this kind of seems a little bit backwards. So after I took that loss, I spent a good amount of time, I would say about 6 years, just training individual martial arts like straight jiu-jitsu, straight boxing, straight Muay Thai, and I was competing as an amateur in all those disciplines because I knew eventually I was like, I'm gonna go back into mixed martial arts, but I want to have a little bit of a better understanding of the disciplines that I'm going to be using. So I took a little break as an amateur in 2016, and then in 2022 I had one more amateur like underground MMA fight. And I took that fight and I won. And so after that, I was like, okay, this is really dangerous. I don't want to be taking damage for nothing. I'm going to go pro and make something of this. So I decided to go pro after that in 2022.
And I think that it is actually a cool approach that you decided to try all of these sports because probably a lot of fighters just would try like amateur MMA or then maybe like go pro really quick. And you did something I think that overall quite unusual. Then I even saw that you have like some amateur boxing experience. So probably in the end it definitely like it worked for you.
I guess so. You could look at it that one and say that it worked. I try not to dwell on what I should have done or what it could have been. But looking back, if I could change it, I probably would have just competed in MMA. I still would have trained the specific disciplines like you should, but as far as competing, there's nothing like an MMA fight. The range is different, the timing is different, the stance, everything is just so different. So I guess you could look at it and say that was a good idea. Sometimes I look back and say, hey, you know what? I should have just done more. I should have just done straight MMA. But it is what it is. We're here now. I'm starting to get a little bit more experience in this game, and I'm becoming a lot better of a martial artist. So this is just how it's going.
And in your last two fights, I think that you looked really good. You defeated 2-0 fighter in the first round. Then you looked also really good in the title fight, but you were submitted in the first round. And in your last fight, when you have a chance to watch it back, what do you think you could do better to beat your opponent?
Holy shit, I could have done so many things better after that last loss. I was so disappointed in myself. I didn't realize how many fundamental errors I was making, not only in the striking and the grappling. There's so many, there's a few very specific, very major errors that I made that I was like, I'm looking at it, watching it back, going, why the hell would I do that? I'm like, am I an idiot? Like, I might as well be an amateur with the kind of decisions I was making in there because I feel like that fight was it was going pretty well for me for the most part, but like I said, just a few fundamental errors that I made that I was like, wow, it made me really look at my training regimen and my training partners and the whole way I approached this game. It made me look at it differently, where I was like, something's got to change and I got to do something better because I can't be making mistakes like that. That's like fundamental stuff, fundamental mistakes that I shouldn't have made, and I did. So I learned a lot from my last fight. I feel like I would have just I don't know. I need to be a little bit more calm in there. I need more experience. I need to understand positioning, and my fight IQ needs to be a little bit better. I feel like getting up when I'm wrestling, I'm too willing to give up my back to get up, but I should spend more time being a little bit more technical and being comfortable on my back and trying to work for an underhook and work my way up from there, as opposed to just exploding out of the position, exposing my back, and making it that kind of fight. I can do that, and I have the cardio to do that, but at the same time against high level guys that's not the best move, and that's what I did. So I feel like that's why I lost. I just made some really fundamental errors that I plan on correcting going forward.
And that fight, it was like a featherweight bout, and right now you are dropping down to bantamweight. And do you think that you will stay in the bantamweight division for like a longer period of time?
I would like to stay in bantamweight. Yeah, featherweight was nice because I didn't have to cut too much weight, and but the weight cut almost felt too easy. I'm definitely excited to go back down to bantamweight because just looking at my frame and looking at my hips and my shoulders and things like that, I'm looking at my frame and I can easily tell that I'm a 35er. It's just unfortunate that I'm a huge 35er, so I have a lot of weight to cut, but it's definitely a manageable cut and something that if I approach in a smart way, that I could do it because I've tried to make 35 before and it didn't go too well. But I worked with a nutritionist ever since, and now I have certain methods that I can do to make the process a little bit easier. It's still gonna suck. It's still gonna be horrible going down to 35, but it's gonna make the process a lot more manageable. So I'm excited to implement those techniques and try it out this time around.
And right now you will fight in other country, but in the end in Canada there are a lot of like really good regional promotions like Unified MMA, like BFL, and few others. And do you think that maybe after this fight you will fight in one of those promotions?
I'm open to anything. I always look to fight in Ontario first, and if the opportunity doesn't come up, that's why I started looking elsewhere. Back in March, the promotion in the United States that I fought for, they actually approached me, and I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity. This one, it kind of came up because I knew a guy who was going down there, and so I was like, hey, let me tag along. If you can get me a fight, that'd be great because it just worked out for the particular timeline. Because the next fight that's available here that I was looking at isn't going to be available till like September, October, and I didn't want to wait that long. So end of July for the timeline. That's pretty much why I took this fight because I knew I was like, this is a good timeline, good break in between the last fight, and it's not going to be too long before I get another one. So I figured this timeline was perfect for me. So that's why I took this one.
So maybe this will be like a good moment to build your winning streak. Right now, you will this one maybe one or two more this year, and you will get a little bit like more on the radar of the even fight fans, because I think that in the end the potential when I watched your fights is there. So maybe one of these like Canadian promotions will be like really good a place for you.
I think so too. I just got to figure it out, man. I think I have a lot of potential. I just have to find my stride and get more experience in there. Just be smarter. Like I know I have a lot of potential to go. I have a lot of potential to go far in this game. So I just need to get my stride going, and I'm hoping that this is the start of that. That this is the start of a nice little win streak going on.
And if you can tell me more about your gym that you training at, and maybe mentions some like fighters like you, so prospects maybe on amateur level, maybe like early pro, that you think that they can be like successful in the future.
From the gym that I'm at right now, my main gym is called Ajax Mixed Martial Arts. It's called Ajax Mixed Martial Arts, but it's interesting. It's actually mainly just a Muay Thai gym. Right now, we have one pretty good professional out of there. His name's Thomas Mandra. He's been killing it in the amateur scene, and then he went pro, and he's been killing it as a pro. He's someone who's probably going to end up in one championship or some major promotion as a Muay Thai fighter because he's absolutely fantastic. As far as MMA fighters go at my gym, I'm really the only one. I just recently started to link up a little bit more with the guys at Thick Boy Fight Club. I've been go to the classes with Andrew Tyson. He's been amazing. And Boyan Klajakovic, he's been awesome too. He's actually the one who helped me set up this last fight. So the guys at Thick Boy have been training a little bit, and they have some really good they have a really good amateur scene, and they have some guys coming up in the pros as well. But as far as my main gym out in Ajax, like I said, I'm the only mixed martial artist, and the only other significant professional we have is Thomas Mandra, and he's a Muay Thai fighter. He's going to do amazing things.
So definitely you have like good striking sessions, like sparring sessions there.
I haven't sparred with him in a while actually because he's a tall, lanky southpaw. And the way he stands is pure Muay Thai. So every time I sparred him, I was like, I'm not really benefiting from this. I'm just getting my ass whooped and getting some brain damage. So I haven't sparred with him in a while because I just feel like with his body type and his style, it doesn't help me too much. So I was like, why am I going to take damage from a high level Muay Thai guy when it's not really helping me in my craft, right? We should be helping each other. It shouldn't just be one-sided. So I actually haven't sparred with him in a while, but when we were coming up as an amateur, we used to go to war all the time, bare shin sparring. We would beat the shit out of each other. Oh my God.
And when you are thinking about your career in the like long term, let's say, so maybe next few years, do you have some kind of timelines? So maybe this year you would like to be in this place, and next year in that place.
You know what? When I first started, I had all these dreams and aspirations and timelines and expectations and goals. And now on three losses now, I'm kind of getting a wake up call like, wow, you know what? I don't know what the fuck is going to happen in this game. I don't know. Like, for now, I'm going forward. Every day is a gift. Every opportunity to fight is a gift. It's not guaranteed that I get another shot. Again, I had all these expectations starting in my career, and now I'm a lot more humble and I'm a lot more realistic about how my career is going to go. And like I said, everything that I get at this point is just a bonus. I have no expectations. I had timelines, had expectations, had goals. All that's out the window. I just want to put my best foot forward, put everything I have into the game while I still can, and just perform my best. That's all I really want to do. Wherever I end up is where I end up. I obviously want to take it as far as I can. I'd like to be champion of the world. I'd like to take it as far as I can. But if none of that happens, I'm a-okay at the end of the day. I'm a-okay because I just know at the end of the day I'm trying my best, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm gonna be at peace with it. So
Okay, Ryan. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. Of course, I hope that you will win your next fight and you will start to building this winning streak because I think that definitely the talent is there.
yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I agree with you. I think the talent is there. I have a lot of potential to go far in this game. I just need to find my stride and hopefully get it going. And I'm hoping that this fight is the start of that.